Hi everyone, Kelly Callaghan, VP Marketing here at Algorand. I am excited today to be sitting down with Elio Barbera. He has been with Caffe Barbera, which is a coffee company in Italy that is celebrating its 150th anniversary of selling some of the best coffee that you can get in Italy. And he is recently implementing crypto payments into their e-com business, and they're leveraging Bloomy and Algorand and the stable coins that are on Algorand. So we have the chance to sit down and talk with him about that today. Elio, can you introduce Caffe Barbera for me?
First of all, Keli, thanks so much for having me today and giving the opportunity to discuss a little bit about our implementation and cooperation with Algorand, of course. So I'm Elio, and I take care of the business development of this family business. Caffe Barbera is a very, very old Italian coffee company, founded in 1870. Last year, we celebrated our 150 years anniversary. Let's say our foundation here, just to give a little bit of heritage, very nice story about the brand. Actually, the company was founded in 1870 by a gentleman called Domenico Barbera, the first generation of the family, who was nicknamed by his customer the magician of coffee, which in Italian means il mago del caffè. Translation is il mago del caffè, the magician of coffee. He was making such a good coffee, so people started to nickname him il mago del caffè. And this is the reason why the company logo that you see on the package in all our portfolio of product is actually a little coffee magician carrying a cup of coffee. And this is one of the oldest.
That's him. He's the original, right?
This is original. This is one of the oldest coffee logo worldwide, with almost 145 years, because it was invented 5 years later the inception. And today the company is it's pretty much international. So 50% of our sales is going to over 65 countries worldwide. We cover 4 main channels in the coffee industry: the Horeca, so the distribution in coffee shop, restaurants, hotel; the retail business with a chain of coffee shop called Caffe Barbera, the Italian coffee house; and retail in terms of supermarkets, so distribution of coffee packaged product.
Tell us more specifically how you're modernizing what you're doing with your online business. Tell us what you're doing there.
Yeah, so let's say we always have been investing a lot in the online business, and we believe, of course, a lot to this transition, let's say, of ordering, of course, online, even with coffee. So 5 years ago, we launched our e-commerce in Italy, and it did very well, growing every year amazingly. And this year, when, of course, COVID happened, our main business, so the Horeca, the distribution of coffee products, of course, was seriously affected. So the e-commerce was a little bit the growing sector, growing a lot, and we focus a lot in thinking and brainstorming what we can do more in order to increase sales and be innovative in the e-commerce, trying, of course, to take this wave and try to grow more. So back in March, we look at crypto and, of course, blockchain technology. I personally love blockchain since a couple of years, so I already knew a little bit the sector. And I always had in mind, I hope one day, our customer can pay us in crypto. So when it was April, May 2020, was the perfect time because, of course, COVID accelerated the use of digital payment in general. So cash is always used less, even in Italy. Italy, it's a very strong cash country, but this COVID really pushed even older generation. Like, for example, my grandmother, she's 80 years old. She actually did her first online transaction, which was incredible, like with a credit card. So it was like, so the transaction was happening, and I said, this is the right moment. And so we started in May to implement payment just with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple was just the beginning. But this choice made us realize how important this will be for the company as a whole. So through the partnership with Algorand, if, let's say, asked, so imagine in our B2B business, if we have a distributor in Japan or in South America, if they want to purchase a coffee stock, a larger coffee stock with crypto, we are doing that. So we are ready for this, and this was the big change that we are launching also in let's say, combination with our 150 years anniversary.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And I imagine with such global distribution that having a payment option and blockchain payment rails are important. Can you tell us a little bit about why Algorand? Because I know, so I believe you've implemented the Bloomy Pay into your e-com. So that's a pretty simple plugin. But talk me through like why Algorand and how that's gone in terms of implementing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Algorand for three main reasons. So I always say the trilemma, the three reasons why we implemented Algorand. So the first reason, it's mostly for the transaction process, so the speed of transaction, that for an e-commerce is very crucial. So today, if you want to purchase a Barbera coffee products in Bitcoin, for example, it takes a little bit of time that transaction gets approved. I mean, 5 minutes or 2 minutes is not a lot of time normally, but for an e-commerce business, it's actually a lot. So Algorand actually solved this problem amazingly. And I tried personally, it's the fastest blockchain I've used. So extremely good for e-commerce transaction. Second reason, cost of transaction, extremely low comparing to any other blockchain. So if you want to pay today, we all love Bitcoin, of course, and Ethereum, but if you want to pay today, it's actually quite expensive. With Algorand, it's few cents, and it's actually amazing, especially for a food e-commerce like ours, that the average transaction cost is between $30 to $40. Coffee is not gold, so the transactions are actually slow. There are many, but they're slow, repetitive but slow. So having a $10 transaction would be too much. Even $2 would be too much. So Algo, it's like 1 cent, 2 cents. So it's actually meeting perfectly our aim, our purpose. And the third reason, of course, we really love Silvio Mitali and its blockchain, the way he's trying to solve the trilemma with the pure proof of stake, and is also Italian, even more is also Sicilian, and the Barbera company originally is from Sicily. So yeah, these three main reasons, made us perfectly in line with them.
That all seems very logical indeed. Yeah, and it's interesting, especially when you think about the potential for e-com payments, right? Because most of this is being done, everyone's using, like you said, your grandmother can go online and use her credit card, but those come with fees, right? And to a small business, a coffee business or other, whatever you're selling online, which is how commerce happens right now, 3% or your online retail buyers. What about Italians, or do you really expect just most of your users to be international?
Well, to be honest with you, like in the last year, there's been a lot of adoption in Italy. Slowly, but with this bull run, let's say, there is a lot of excitement. So actually, we've seen a growth of our orders, even in the last 6 months, a lot with crypto. So it means for sure this bull run is bringing more vibe, more excitement. So I think also here the industry is growing. So there are more users for sure using crypto. This is 100%. But what I see very interesting for Italian coffee company, and not only Italian coffee, but Italian food company and any made in Italy. Italians are very good with luxury product and a lot of manufacturing. So what I'm seeing, that there is a little bit of interest growing for the adoption of blockchain into the company. So for example, since generation. So we import from Brazil, Central America, Indonesia, India, and many other plantations. So imagine how powerful it will be for food companies. I'm talking about coffee, but any food companies in Italy, from pasta to whatever, to have actually all the supply chain available, registered and approved in the public ledger, so in a blockchain. That would be something beautiful, like a customer going to buy a coffee product in a supermarket, maybe scanning with a QR code and see actually the process that this coffee actually has been imported. The blend is done with 7 plantations. The crop was that time of the year. The coffee was taken that time. The vessel arrived in Hamburg. Hamburg is the biggest harbor for coffee trade. So in Europe, arrived at that time, then went to Naples, was roasted by Barbera coffee by this guy. This is the 3rd generation roaster, then was shipped to Germany, for example. So this is what I think will really bring adoption to made in Italy, but you cannot prove it totally, and customer cannot know really. So I think this will be the next step for companies, and I think this will bring big adoption for Italian business.
Elio, that's amazing to hear you say that, and I know there's a couple agri-focused businesses in Italy who are looking at Algorand for very similar purposes, and you so eloquently put the importance of made in Italy and being able to verify that. So that's very impressive. This is great. So I was going to ask you what's next, but you've brought it out and told us, and I think that's amazing. Moving from crypto payments for your retail consumers as well as your distribution globally, and then looking to add it into supply chain. That's all super exciting, especially considering that you're such a steeped in heritage, 150-year-old company there in Italy. Anything else you want to share with us today, or when's this coming, and how can people go buy their coffee with their crypto? Whether it's, I think you said you're going to do algos and all the stable coins supported on Algorand, right? So USDT and USDC.
Yeah, USDC, USDT, and algo. Actually, users that hold algo, they will have a special 20% discount. Due to the good partnership with Algorand and the passion we have for Algorand blockchain. And then we extended also to the most common 14. So of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. We have also Stellar, if anyone wants to use it. Of course, BNB, USD, and so on. But mostly we expect that Algo and the stable coins will be the most used. So I think we think, and I'm sure everybody in the sector think the stable coin will be the huge, let's say, payment method in the crypto industry. So
and that's why those stable coins are there, right? For that sort of stable back and forth. That makes it easy for the consumer, makes it easy for you on the back end settlement and all of that.
Exactly.
And Bloomy's settlement, that's pretty straightforward from the implementation you've done. The settlement that happens on the back end.
Beautiful, very nice team, very flexible, and it was very good, let's say, partnership immediately, and it's an easy plugin, and extremely good in everything. So yeah, I mean, with Bloomy, it was a good experience. It is a good experience. So we will see how to implement it also in other sector of the business, such as the B2B segment. But definitely, yeah, we look forward working with them.
That's great. Elio, thank you for taking the time, and congratulations on your leadership in the Made in Italy and in the coffee space. We're really excited to have you using Algorand and our stable coins. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for your time, and wish you all a beautiful weekend. Thank you. Thank you.